The internet streets are absolutely on fire. We're talking about a situation that has more twists and turns than a roller coaster. We've got the one and only Charleston White, a man known for his, let's just say, unfiltered commentary, making some seriously wild claims. And who is caught in the crossfire? The queen of hood, hottest princess herself, Sexyy Red. Yes, you heard that right. Charleston White is out here, allegedly with a leaked S.T.D report and a whole list of rappers. We're about to dive deep into this rabbit hole, and trust me, you are not going to want to miss a single second of this tea. So grab your popcorn, get comfy, and let's get into this extra hot topic. All right. So where do we even begin with this absolute spectacle? My jaw is still on the floor. Somewhere between last Tuesday and next month. Charleston White, man. This dude just wakes up and chooses chaos every single day. He truly lives in his own dimension. And honestly, I kinda respect the commitment. But this time, he has truly outdone himself. So the story goes, and this is where it gets absolutely bonkers. Charleston White is claiming he has Sexyy Red's S.T.D report. Let that sink in for a second. An S.T.D report? Like, who even thinks to get their hands on something like that? Let alone leak it. That's some next level investigative journalism meets. Charleston White! My reaction when I first heard this, I actually spit out my drink. I was just scrolling, minding my business, probably looking at cat videos, and then BAM! This headline hit me like a ton of bricks. I literally had to reread it 3 times, squinting at my screen like it was gonna change the words. Charleston White, Sexyy Red, S.T.D report. It just doesn't compute in a normal brain, you know? And it's not just a report. Oh no, that would be too simple for our friend Charleston. He's also claiming to have a list of rappers who have allegedly been intimate with Sexyy Red. A list! Like it's a grocery list or a to-do list for Tuesday. Pick up milk, drop off dry cleaning, expose rappers' private lives. Yeah, this is wild. My mind immediately went to, how long is this list? Is it laminated? Does it come with footnotes? Because if you're gonna drop a bomb like this, you better have the receipts. And Charleston White, he always claims to have the receipts. Whether they're valid or not is a whole other story, but he claims them. Now, let's talk about Sexyy Red for a second. This woman has been on a meteoric rise, right? Pound Town, skiing, she's everywhere. She's got this unapologetic, raw energy that people just gravitate towards. She's authentic, she's herself, and she doesn't care what anyone thinks. That's why this whole situation is so wild. She's a public figure, sure, but this level of alleged invasion into her personal health, it's beyond the pale. My reaction to her being targeted like this, it's a mix of, oh no, not Sexyy Red, and why are people so obsessed with tearing down successful women? It's a tale as old as time, unfortunately. The moment a woman starts shining, someone tries to dim her light. And in this case, it's with a spotlight made of alleged medical documents. I've been scouring the internet, y'all, trying to get to the bottom of this, trying to separate fact from fiction. Because with Charleston White, it's often a blurry line, like trying to read a menu in a dark restaurant. Some sources are saying this is all a big publicity stunt, a way to keep both their names in the headlines. Other sources are claiming that Charleston White genuinely believes he has this information and is just, well, being Charleston White. The internet is a whirlwind of speculation right now. You got tweets flying around faster than I can scroll, Instagram comments going wild, TikToks dissecting every single word. It's a digital free-for-all. What's more shocking? A, the alleged leak S.T.D report, or B, the supposed list of rappers? Tell me your choice, A or B, and why down in the comments. I'm genuinely curious where you're shocked. Meter landed. One thing that keeps popping into my head is the legality of all this. Like, if an S.T.D report was actually leaked, isn't that a massive HIPAA violation? That's serious stuff. And who would even have access to that? My brain is doing mental gymnastics trying to figure out the logistics. Is someone just making this up for clicks? Is there a disgruntled ex involved? Is this some elaborate scheme from another dimension? The possibilities are endless, and each one is more wild than the last. I'm sitting here like, is this real life or is this just fantasy? Because sometimes the internet blurs the line so much you can't even tell anymore. And the list of rappers, oh my goodness, the list. If this list is real and it somehow gets out, that's gonna send shockwaves through the entire hip-hop community. We're talking about potential drama, beefs, subliminal disses, and songs for years to come. It's like a rap version of Game of Thrones, but with more alleged medical records. My reaction to the idea of this list is pure, unadulterated anticipation, mixed with a healthy dose of, oh no, here we go again. Because let's be real, the drama always sells, but at what cost? At the cost of people's reputations, their privacy, their entire careers potentially being impacted by these allegations. I'm thinking about the ripple effect here. If this report and list are out there and they are legitimate, what does that mean for Sexyy Red? What does it mean for the rappers on the alleged list? This isn't just a fleeting moment of internet gossip. This could have real, long-lasting consequences. And that's where the humor kind of fades and the seriousness kicks in. Because behind all the memes and the jokes, there are real people with real lives being impacted by these kinds of allegations. Now, let's try to break down Charleston White's motivation here, because that's always a fun puzzle to solve. Is he trying to expose hypocrisy? Is he trying to gain more notoriety for himself? Is he just trying to stir the pot because that's what he does best? It's like trying to understand the mind of a mad scientist, but instead of creating a Frankenstein monster, he's creating internet pandemonium. My internal monologue is just a series of question marks every time I hear him speak. Why? Charleston! Why is usually the first one. Charleston White's motive? A, more internet fame and clicks, or B, genuinely trying to expose something he believes is true? Which one is it, A or B? Tell me your theories in the comments section. I'm ready to read your investigative masterpieces. And let's not forget the reactions from other celebrities and online personalities. Everyone is weighing in. You've got people defending Sexyy Red, people criticizing Charleston White, and then you've got the neutral observers who are just enjoying the show with their virtual popcorn. It's a whole ecosystem of reactions, and it just adds to the wildness of it all. I've seen some hilarious memes, I've seen some really insightful takes, and I've seen some downright bizarre comments. The internet truly is a magical, chaotic place. I'm also thinking about the power of information or misinformation in the digital age. One person makes a claim, and before you know it, it's spread like wildfire across every platform. And then it becomes this beast that's impossible to control or retract. It's like a game of telephone, but with millions of players and potentially devastating consequences. This whole situation is a prime example of how quickly things can escalate online. It's a cautionary tale, if nothing else. What's really fascinating to me is how people are reacting to the idea of a leaked S.T.D report. There's a lot of victim blaming, a lot of slut shaming, and a lot of judgment flying around. And that's the part that really grinds my gears. Regardless of whether these allegations are true or false, the way people jump to conclusions and pass judgment on someone's personal life is just wild to me. We're talking about health information, which is deeply personal, and yet some people treat it like tabloid fodder. My face while reading some of these comments, it's a mixture of disgust and extreme side-eye. And the humor of it all, when you can find it, often comes from the sheer absurdity, like picturing Charleston White with a clipboard, meticulously going through an alleged S.T.D report and then a list of rappers. It's almost a cartoonish image, but then you remember that it's impacting real people, and the humor becomes a little more dark. It's a balancing act, trying to find the lightheartedness in a situation that's ultimately pretty serious for the people involved. So as we continue to watch this saga unfold, and trust me, it's still unfolding faster than I can keep up, it's important to remember a few things. 1, consider the source. 2, take everything with a grain of salt, maybe even a whole shaker. And 3, let's try to be a little more compassionate in our online interactions. Because at the end of the day, we're all just trying to navigate this crazy thing called life. And sometimes the internet just makes it extra hot. I'm sitting here just picturing the potential fallout, y'all. Imagine a studio session where a rapper is trying to lay down a track and then suddenly they're getting texts about being on the list. Or Sexyy Red trying to enjoy her success and then all this drama erupts. It's just a lot to deal with. And for content creators like me, it's a gold mine of discussion. But it also comes with the responsibility of trying to present the information in a way that's fair and balanced while also being entertaining. It's a tightrope walk, let me tell you. And the way this story evolves is just so fascinating. It starts as a whisper, then it becomes a roar, then it gets picked apart, analyzed, memed, and eventually maybe we'll get some answers, or maybe we won't, and it'll just fade into the internet archives of unsolved mysteries. But for now, it's front and center, demanding our attention and making us all scratch our heads and wonder, what in the world is happening? My brain feels like it's running a marathon trying to keep up with all the twists and turns. So that's my initial reaction, my extra hot take on this wild situation involving Charleston White, Sexyy Red, alleged S.T.D reports, a mysterious rapper list. It's a lot to process, it's a lot to unpack, and it's definitely an extra hot topic. I want to hear what you all think in the comments below. What are your theories? Do you think this is real? Is it a stunt? Let's get this discussion going. And that, my extra hot topic fam, is all the tea we have for you today on this absolutely wild situation. My mind is still reeling from all of this information, and I'm sure yours is too. A huge thank you for tuning in and joining me on this roller coaster ride. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of our extra hot takes. Seriously, you don't want to miss what's coming next, because with the internet you just never know. Until next time, stay safe, stay informed, and keep it extra hot. Peace out.